Booktube Nation, I'm Sam here again from A Bear and a Bee Books. I know I've been away a little while. I went out of town and I live in Florida, so things have been a little crazy. But anyway, that's not why we're here. Let's get talking about the books. So what I wanted to do for you today was my wrap up from the August Read-A-Thon. I finished all 4 of the books that I selected for that Read-A-Thon, so I wanted to go over them with you here today. The first one was Doctor Who, 24-hour read. And this is called The Garden of Statues. This is by Justin Richards and it's illustrated by David Wardle. So this is really cute. These are all Doctor Who fairy tales and they're really quick. They're about 30 something pages and it's larger print and there are some pictures throughout. Like the chapter headings have these really beautiful illustrations. And there's some illustrations throughout. And I really enjoyed this one out of all the ones I've read so far because this one talks about the Weeping Angels, which was one of the first Doctor Who episodes I ever watched. So it's near and dear to my heart. And this was kind of like an origin story for that. And I really enjoyed it. You can follow me on Goodreads down below, all of my ratings and maybe some additional information. I'll include that information down in the description box. Next is Lost in a Book, Beauty and the Beast by Jennifer Donnelly. This one was for the challenge of to read a book published in 2017. I love Disney and I love fairy tales, and so this was right up my alley. I like my fairy tales to be a little bit darker, so this was a little bit on the lighter side for me. But I found the adventure and the characters, of course, really familiar and enjoyable. The way that it starts, you kind of see it coming, but it's written really well and it's a very enjoyable story. I would recommend that if you love Beauty and the Beast. This is such a beautiful book. I don't know if it comes across on the screen, but it's got like gold foiling. This is Song of the Sea Maid by Rebecca Maskell. This is an adult novel and it's like a historical fiction. The premise of it, there is a woman who starts off as an orphan and she ends up getting sponsored. She ends up becoming a scientist and it's about her travels and the things she discovers. She studies some ancient civilizations and lots of fauna and bird life. I found it really, really interesting. One of my other hobbies other than reading is travel, so I really enjoyed this. Definitely recommend it if you like historical fiction or if you love books about nature or if you like books with empowered women. The challenges met for that one were a book with water on the cover and a book with your birthstone, and I'm a June baby, so my birthstone is Pearl. And the 4th and final book I read for the Read-A-Thon is Strange Sweet Song by Audie. And the challenge I completed this one for was to pick a book that starts with your name, and my name is Samantha, so it has 3 S's. I thought maybe I would get bonus points for that. This one's also really good. This is a YA kind of gothic fantasy book. It takes place in a music school, which is great. I studied the violin for about 9 to 10 years. I really love music. It's always been a part of my life. So the fact that it was set in a music school was really awesome. It had kind of hints of the Phantom of the Opera, which I also love. And it was really, it had dark underlying themes to it, and it was really nice. I love gothic books, so to see something like that done in YA, I found it really interesting. Some of the plot points were kind of predictable, but I did still enjoy it. I liked the writing, and I thought it was a well-organized book. I thought that the author really had their thoughts down before they put it into words. It was quite enjoyable and it was a quick read and I really enjoyed that one. So overall, I found the Read-A-Thon a success. I had 4 good books I read, and like I said, I'll put the star ratings and a little bit more information in my Goodreads, which feel free to friend me. I'll put the information down below. But I really enjoyed this Read-A-Thon, and it was flexible enough for me that I didn't feel stressed or overwhelmed. I look forward to doing another one. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Bye-bye for now.